my head, visions of what's left unsaid. Lay around for nights on end, only rise so the cat's fed. But I'm trying to stop fantasizing, idealizing. I was on autopilot when the pilot light went out. I was on autopilot when the pilot light went out. I was on autopilot when the pilot light went out. I was on autopilot when the pilot light went out. Hey, thank you for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we are Crown Shy. We are a band from Cleveland, Ohio. This is the part of the set immediately after the first song where we tune. I guess it's just me tuning. Capos, am I right? All right, we're going to keep it moving. The song's called Evaporate. Send out a signal. I suspect I'm alone. You were the final lines, the last star to have died. I have known you. I have known you. I have known you. The last radio wave, it has fully decayed. It's all liminal space when black holes evaporate. Gravity no longer holds us in place. This little dance we've done has outlasted the sun. We were pulled in as one. Millenniums passed as if they were seconds. Time being an illusion. We didn't see the ticker go down, not until we saw the last breath of light, saw the last breath of light fail to realize perfect nothingness. Thin and hollow. A day without a tomorrow. Thank you. All right. So yeah, we are Crown Shy from Cleveland, Ohio. Thanks for having us here in Cleveland, Ohio.
We drove here as one does, and it was raining, and we could not find parking, and then all of our gear got wet. But we are dry now. We are safe. We are cozy, and we are just so happy to be asked to be here. So thanks again. This next song's called "Draw the Earth." It's off a record that we put out last fall called Comfort Film, and I'll talk more about that later. Head like a radio tower, receiving thoughts curated like a feed. It's the classic rock power hour. Brain sits up on the mezzanine with no railing. With no railing. Intervals between breathing and being, recounting life flashes while denying I'm dying. Meanings, terror-ing digits cannot be binary. Bees and florals do their little chores, decorating worlds of themselves. You are cosmically, probably just math. Newtonian launch, Apple draws the earth by quantum paintbrush, like paint by number. It's all in my mind. It's all in my mind. It's all in my mind. It's all in my. Oh, that's so weird to not hear applause after. If you're in your car right now, I assume you're clapping, but also you probably shouldn't be clapping, 2 and 10 o'clock, right? As the non-driving member of the band is lecturing everyone. Eyes on the road, all right? It's raining. Or one could put their eyes on the road because it's raining. I don't know where I'm getting at. We're tuning up to a different tuning now. That's why I'm blabbering. Oh, yeah, we're tuning to a different tuning, and I'm putting a capo. And I have to tune again. This is the only time I'm doing that the entire set, so if you are an impatient person, this will be the only time you have to be patient with me. And if you're just joining us, one, this is 91.1 WRUW live from Cleveland, and two, we are Crown Shy. We are a band from Cleveland. We love the city, and we're happy to be included in cool things like this.
Yeah, totally.
The song's called Stubborn. It's about being stubborn.
originally was just written for guitar, and now we're playing it full band, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. On that aforementioned album, Comfort Film, the song is the acoustic track, and I intentionally wrote an acoustic track. One, because I thought it was fine acoustically, but two, I wanted to have a song ready to perform at any moment that would be good in an acoustic context. But we decided we're going to make it full band, and we learned this like a week and a half ago, so
Yeah.
I think it rips.
It's very fun to play.
I guess you can decide in about 2.5 minutes.
But 10 and 2.
Yeah. 10 and 2.
Dig a hole, plant yourself and call it strength. Put it in and everyone has gone. Drown in the next rain. Pretend where you're born was meant to be brave. You're so fucking stubborn. You're so fucking stubborn. Scorch the earth and claim it's not in flames for a lack of shame. Potted plant, dark apartment negligence. Could have been in a big garden with all your plant friends. Dream to be the biggest tree that's ever been. You're so fucking stubborn. You're so fucking stubborn. Scorch the earth and flame. It's not in blue for a lack of shame. You're so fucking stubborn. You're so fucking stubborn. Scorch the earth and clean. It's not in flames for a lack of shame.
Hey, thank you. All right, I need a sip of a beverage.
A sippy.
If you're at home listening, where else would you be? I guess on the road. But
established in the car.
yeah, we established 10 and 2. 10 and 2. Did you forget? And use your turn signal. One should use their turn signal.
Your lights on.
Yeah. Are your lights on? You'll get pulled over for that. Am I making you paranoid? If I am, I can't hear your response. This is a water check. Everyone who has water nearby, take a sip of water. Unless you're driving, don't do so until you hit a red light or a stop sign. Talk amongst yourselves. Are you talking?
Just one person in their car talking to themselves.
As long as they're 10 and 2.
That's true.
This is a good bit.
Yeah, I like this.
I have no proof if this is a good bit, but I'm having fun. So, this next song is a new one. We just put it out like 2.5 weeks ago at this point. It's about how I always get, the opening line is, I always get nostalgic when the seasons change, but it's true. I feel like every memory that's ever happened is just compounded every time it becomes fall. And I think about all the people I used to hang out with, all the places I used to go, and think about people that I don't hang out with anymore and places I don't go anymore, and kind of missing those spaces, but also realizing that I've moved on from it and just kind of feeling all the feelings about it. So this one's called Haunts, and we're Crown Shy if you're just joining, and 10 and 2.
I always get nostalgic when the seasons change, reviving memory. They're all stacked pastry, they're all crumbling away. Yet I almost can taste the flavor of that first day. What do I know? Trapped in a faded feeling. Come on back now. Is there some form of healing? Revisit to feel it once. I've learned too much about the people that I once knew. Or have I always known? When your old haunts feel more haunted than they're supposed to, where am I to go? Hey, what happened to this place? Feels like more than just pain. What do I know? Trapped in a faded feeling. Come on back now. Is there some form of healing? Relive it to feel it once. What have I known? Internalized nothing presently. Rose-colored lens tinted what once happened to be. Never around to see.
Thank you to someone. Someone is worth thanking.
Thank you for listening.
Yes, seriously. If you are tuning in and you haven't immediately left, thank you. Even if you just stick around for one song, I appreciate that immensely. We are a baby band.
Speaking of babies.
Oh, yeah, that's a good segue.
Yeah, there you go.
So this next song is probably the silliest song of the set. I got a COVID kitten, as in a cat was born in a garage across the street from my apartment in like August 2020. And as soon as he was able to be adopted out, I got him. And it was great. He was super cute. He fit in the palm of my hand. But then that 6-month mark hit, and he just became a complete menace. So we were all in quarantine during COVID, right? That's a given. But he was in double quarantine because he had worms and he had to be kept away from the other cats. So he was isolated in my bedroom. And there was one morning distinctly, I remember waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning because he was just running in absolute circles, just in my bedroom nonstop, knocking things off the walls. And I was sobbing, I was crying, I was like begging him to please stop and to let me go back to sleep. And I thought maybe me crying would get through to him. And it didn't, because he's a kitten. He was like 6 months old. Why would I can't get through to him now? He's like 4.5 years old now. So yeah, anyways, that experience really opened my eyes to the realities of raising children. It's not the same thing. But I'm never having a kid. That kitten was hard.
Yeah.
No, having kids is great. Anyone listening, but not for me. So anyways, I'm sure you're tired of people equating raising kittens to raising children. They're not the same thing.
No,
anyways, this song's about that specific period of my life. The song's called Baby Cat. Oh, is that tuned? Let me double check. I'm tuned.
Sick.
Little feet, toe bean stampede, no sleep. Playing with the door to make it creep. Get it out of the plant. Stop biting my hand. Don't play with
Thanks if you're listening still. Yeah.
In case you missed.
In case you missed it. If you're just tuning in, you missed probably the best song you would have ever heard in your life. But good news is that this performance is being recorded and will be on the internet if one were to log on to the internet. Have y'all heard of welcome to the stand-up hour. I'm going to take a sip of water. This is a water check. Anyone who has a beverage nearby, take a sip from it, and we'll regroup in 4 seconds.
Jimmy wants you all peeing.
Yes.
And driving.
And
But
driving.
don't drive and pee.
10 and 2. You can pee while driving as long as it's 10 and 2.
I think they're regretting having us on here.
I hear no comments, so.
Yeah. Looks like our audience.
Yeah. We got 3 more songs for y'all. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing marvelously. We budgeted time correctly with all the stand-up routines. This next song is called Bugs. I don't get too much into it when we play it live, but the song is about having GI health problems and just all the conflicting information on the internet about how to take care of it, and you just start to feel crazy because it's all like, you should have more probiotics, you should have no probiotics, and it's just that times 100. And meanwhile, you're in pain, suffering the entire time. So this is about that. Give me the bugs. The bugs, give it at once.
Eating, swallowing, eating.
Give me the bugs, yeah. The bugs, give me the bugs for happy, healthy guts.
Good bugs we've got.
Get the bad bugs
Inside stomach.
looking like a battlefield.
Dairy, grass-fed.
Sugar is bad.
Try low, fun,
Fine, I'll try. Kid, I'll bite. Maybe you're right. Sure, you know what's best. Apple of my eye, clear liquid inside, the lens in and outside.
So while you're at it,
Stay away from apples.
swollen middle.
You sure look swell.
No one to tell.
Maybe I should kill
Give me
myself.
grass-fed.
Sugar is bad.
Try organic.
Fix me. Poor animals around, and I'm not sure I'm coming out. I don't know what to do now. Just go without writing. I try to go home and wait.
Shit the bubble until it comes.
Stop, 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 stop.
Reset.
I'll slip it on tomorrow. Give me the bugs.
Well, that was cathartic. I hope it was cathartic for y'all too. 10 and 2. Y'all have been driving for a very long time. If you're just joining us, this is 91.1 WRUW, live from Cleveland, and we are a band called Crown Shy from Cleveland.
Some of the following material may be found objectionable by members of the listening audience. Therefore, listener discretion is strongly advised.
More convenient, but the east side's prettier. It's not a competition, but y'all should fight it out. One should fight it out. We got 2 more. So we just got back from a weekend tour with the Sonderbombs, and before we played this song every set, I would ask, does anyone here hate their boss? And there were people in the rooms, but they would just be quiet. And then the follow-up question would be, oh, is your boss in the room with us right now? You can be honest. We had a few self-employed people, but they're kind of exempt from this. And then I would ask, have you ever had a boss that you don't like? And I'd get a cheer for that. They're lying. They're just scared. And understandably so. Times are tough. But anyway, this song is about your terrible boss, but more specifically, the CEO of the company that you work for, because they're most likely exploiting all of you, destroying the environment, and they're all like, I don't understand why people hate us so much, why I have to fear for my life. I don't think it's that hard of a calculus problem. So anyway, this song is called A Message from the CEO. And if you're not angry, you're not paying attention.
Your neighbor is. Don't lose focus. Just as broke. Don't lose focus. Release your grip. Don't lose focus. From their throat. Regain focus. Move and offense. Regain focus. From all of this. Regain focus. Move and offense. Regain focus. Take a few seconds.
And now a message from the CEO.
Thanks to all of your hard work, we have record profits. Enjoy these small refreshments. Get back to work. 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 Get back.
Thanks again for your hard work. We
Have record profit off of those little moments you miss when you're not home with your love, your kids, your goldfish. Your time is ours, we own it. I saw you're sick, that's bogus. You'll lose your Christmas bonus. The redwood up, it's hopeless. We'll shift the blame and own it. It wasn't me, it's their fault. It wasn't me, it's their job. It's just not in the budget. But if you work hard,
thanks to all of your hard work. We have record profits.
Now go home. You're all laid off.
Layoffs are once again mounting in the tech industry. There have already been tens of thousands of jobs cut over the past year, and 2 tech giants have just announced plans for another round of layoffs.
Thank you, thank you. If you just tuned in for the last 30 seconds of that, your radio was fine. That was a sample of a bunch of news clips put together. You don't need to panic.
Especially if you're driving.
Especially at 10 and 2 if you're driving. And there we have it. All right, we have one more song for y'all. We've been Crown Shy. We do have a in-person live show coming up on November 29th at the Happy Dog. It's with Grumpy Plum and Who Saved Who. It's Grumpy Plum's comeback show. Really excited to play that. So if you're around and want to come hang out with us, we'll be there. It's a Saturday. All right, we got one more. The song is called Clueless. It is also off a record we put out last fall called Comfort Film. It is available to stream wherever you listen to music. There are also physicals of it that exist on the internet. And if you know how to use the internet, you can probably find it. And if you don't, come find me and I'll show you how. Worse than having worms for brains is half a worm core memory. Skull full of mud, wet sponge, dry in the sun, open targets to be stepped on. Write it down and let it stick around. I thought I knew what was best, but I am just as clueless as the day I drew breath. Use impressions and charades. Chamber lessons, thoughts replace. Memorize, feel cold stew. Worms are not real. Pressure cooked till it's beyond food. For once, write it down and let it sink around. I thought I knew what was best, but I am just as clueless as the day I drew breath. I don't have enough jobs to keep this present. Poke holes in the lid aloud. Exchange of words. I don't have enough jobs. Shaking the water at present. If I was a word holding the lid, toss me to the timbers. For once, write it down and let it stick around. I thought I knew what was best. For once, write it down and let it stick around. I thought I knew what was best, but I am just as clueless as the day I drew breath. Thank you.
All right, folks. Hey, thanks so much for sticking around. That was Gully Boys, the song Big Boobs, featuring Zora, here on WRUW. I am here in live in the studio with Crown Shy. Thank you all so much for being here with me tonight. This was quite a pleasure, and we had a full band. You've been playing out as a full band for quite a little while now. So I'm going to have each of you go around and just say hello and introduce yourself and tell us what you play in Crown Shy.
Cool. Well, hi, I'm Jimmy. I play guitar and do lead vocals in Crown Shy.
I'm Kristen, and I play guitar.
I'm Taylor. I play bass.
And I'm Eric. I play drums.
And I don't know if anyone has caught on to this, but Crown Shy is kind of a mishmashed different songs and different parts version of the band Bitch Seat also, because Jimmy, you've been playing, and also Eric, you've been playing in Bitch Seat recently. So I love that this is like another combination of the same people. Did you all decide that you just liked each other enough to continue to be in another band with Jimmy?
Oh yeah. Yeah, essentially we were just like, this is working really well. Why would we mess it up? Like,
Yeah. Jimmy, you wrote all of the songs,
Yeah.
right? For yourself, basically.
Yes, yeah. So Crown Shy initially started out as just like a solo project. Like I just had a lot of stuff to get out, and you know I play in the Sonderbombs as well, and like those songs are mostly Willow's songs, and I add to them. But I had like my own feelings and thoughts and things that I wanted to get out, and didn't really have a place to like put it. So Crown Shy started just as a way to get them out, and I work pretty quickly when I'm recording myself, and then everyone here in Bitch Sheet was there from the beginning. We've been playing together. I play bass in Bitch Sheet, and so at practices I'll just be talking about my life and the songs, and everyone seemed to like them. And then I don't know who brought it up, but someone was like, "Why don't we try playing them?" And then
Yeah.
it makes band practice really easy.
Yeah.
And it also kind of makes touring pretty easy too.
Yeah.
You've done a couple of tours where you kind of piggyback with the different bands as well. So like you can fill it 2 slots in a night, and then you just have to look for some local bands. You also just got off of doing a tour with Sonderbombs,
Yeah.
where also Crown Shy came as well. So tell me a little bit, I guess, about the most recent one, or just in general how touring has been working for you, because you have been playing a lot of cool places and truly making your way across the United States.
Oh, well, Crown Shy specifically, this past weekend, the tour that you mentioned was the first tour that Crown Shy ever did. It was, I think it started out as a Crown Shy tour, and then I pitched the idea to Willow and Jer about maybe having the Sonderbombs on it, because we hadn't toured at all this year, and they were on board with it, which made it a lot of fun, but also the double duty. I'm never doing that again. That was a lot of work. You think it'd be fun, but
Yeah.
also I had a hard time like finding an identity on that tour, because it was like normally when I'm on tour with Bitch Sheet or the Sonderbombs, it's like I am a member of this band. This is my role. I just need to think about that. But having the split role, it was kind of hard to find a pocket, but it was still really fun.
Yeah. I loved the artwork for that tour. Was it like an old, based on those old I Spy books?
Yeah.
Those
your hand.
those were it was so cool. That was great art for that. I was really a fan. As somebody who looks at a lot of concert posters and tour posters and stuff, I thought that was fun. You have a show coming up at Happy Dog on the 29th of November.
Yes.
And it is with Grumpy Plum, and they're kind of back in a new formation as well.
Yes.
Who else is on that bill? And tell me a little bit about that. Have you been talking to them about what's in the works for this one?
I don't have any spoilers.
Okay.
But it is Grumpy Plum, Who Saved Who, and Crown Shy. 3-band bill, Saturday night. I'm a big fan of all the bands in the lineup.
Yeah.
Outside of this one, of course. So yeah, I don't know. I've loved Grumpy Plum since the beginning as well. I think they started around the same time as like another band of mine did. And I don't know. It's really cool to see that they're back. Tulula's a wonderful songwriter, really cool person.
Yeah, very sweet.
And yeah, it's just nice to also have Tallulah ask us to be a part of that story, which is really cool.
Gully Boys is also a band you were repping pretty hard tonight.
Yeah.
You got the shirt on.
Yep.
We heard a banger of a Gully Boys track. And you've supported them. They've come through Cleveland a couple of times.
Yes.
And also you've played on the road with them before as well?
Yeah. Fall of 2021, the Sonderbombs did a co-headliner with Gully Boys. And they are just the coolest group of people. I feel like I'm just saying everyone's cool because everyone is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gully Boys were so much fun. They're a hoot. And to see their growth too, because around that time they had just put out the Favorite Son EP, which was a huge level up for them. And I mean, I loved that EP, and what they did with this record, which is their debut album, it blows that out the water. And not to say that that's not good, I still love that EP, but this album is just, it's been on loop since it came out a few weeks ago.
Nice. And you've been doing a little bit more of kind of helping other artists, but also other drag performers mix tracks, literal mixes for their shows and things. Talk a little bit about the engineering side of things, because obviously you're recording and putting everything out for your own self, but then also helping other people out. Has there been anybody that you've worked with this year that you were really excited about?
I haven't done too much mixing work for drag performers outside of my partner, who goes by the name Lil Bottom. They are a clown. They do clown stuff in drag spaces, and they actually have a show tonight that I'm unfortunately missing. But
at least this is live streamed. Unfortunately, probably the show isn't.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to watch
them on the YouTube.
videos.
You know,
yeah.
Virtual tipping. Yeah.
Mixing for drag is way different than music.
Yes.
It's like every rule that I've ever learned just goes out the window. The audio quality does not matter. They're ripping MP3s from YouTube and then throwing it in whatever DAW they're using. And basically what I do is Lil Bottom will create the mix, all the transitions and things that they want, that they envision, and then I will go in and clean up the edits and make it more smooth and level it out so it's kind of more even sonically.
Do you feel like this is a large jump to make, but you have been using some cool samples within the Crown Shy stuff? Do you feel like that is at all inspired by maybe using some of these samples in different drag numbers and things like that?
I would say a little bit. But Comfort Film, the album, was pretty much done by the time I met Lil Bottom. So not that didn't influence the songs in any way, but the samples were already kind of in there.
Yeah.
Some of it came from just this spot needs a little something, but adding a melody would be too busy, so I'll just pull a sample in there. But also I've always done that since I started recording music. I used to make little skits, and it's fun. So I just thought, why not, spice it up.
Yeah. Well, I absolutely love the Message from the CEO track. It's a banger. The videos that you recorded for that are so awesome. Who did you work with on some of the visual aspects of that single in particular?
Oh, one of my go-to photographers now, their name is K Fox, and they just have an eye, and their turnaround is super quick. I hit them up and I was like, hey, I have a song coming out very quickly, because I wrote and recorded that song within 2 weeks of the CEO from United Healthcare being assassinated. And I thought it was topical. I needed to put the song out ASAP. So I hit up Kay and I was like, I need a quick turnaround. I need 5 pictures to choose from. Are you available? And they were down for it. Yeah,
I feel like you leaned into that whole idea of the Spotify clips. And TikTok clips and Instagram clips. We're seeing and consuming music almost in these, it's turned into a basic hit clip on your phone these days, right? With a little visual. So it's fun to do stuff like that. Do you have any music that you've been working on that's going to be coming out soon?
Crown Shy has a new song coming out. I forget the date, but it's sometime in January. And there will be a release show for that song also in February. February 12th is the date. I can talk about that. Hasn't been announced yet, so you're getting exclusive first listen. But yeah, February. Yeah, my bandmates forgot about it. If you heard that little Yeah,
It's in my
but
calendar.
it's gonna be it's in your calendar. I don't even know if it's in my calendar. I just have it locked in my brain. But February 12th at No Class, Crown Shy is going to have a release show for a single that I wrote about my partner Lil Bottom. And the show doubles as a release show / benefit show. We're going to be raising money to help contribute towards their top surgery. And there'll be more information about that later. I've booked all the music acts. There's also going to be drag acts on that as well. I haven't booked them yet, but it's going to be a really cool show.
Very, 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 very awesome. And the other thing I wanted to ask is, so as you're creating new music, are you still creating solo, or are you creating a little bit more now with the rest of the band? How does that work out? And also, it was interesting to hear, because I hadn't heard the songs live before, how especially Taylor has kind of added to the mix vocals, and there's like some different, obviously, other aspects going on when you're playing live. So I guess it's a two-parter. Sure. First part is like, how did you take the songs that you'd already written, and then like, how do you decide how you're going to perform them live with the full band? And then the second part of that is, now as you're making new stuff, is it more collaborative, or is it still kind of solo and then adding in the people afterwards?
Sure, I'll have y'all join me for the first part of that. But usually when I write a song, it starts on guitar first, sometimes keyboards, but usually guitar first. So, and then I'll record it, and then I'll take away the guitars and replace it with synths and things. So because the music starts out guitar driven initially, it's very easy to bring it back to a full band context. And then, do you want to add to that? Any of you want to add to that?
I mean, then you just kind of send us like video playthroughs of like how you envision that to be, and yeah, we execute that and add our own little flourishes on it and kind of like make it our own a little bit. But really, like, what we're being handed is so great, so it's like, why mess with it too much?
Yeah. How do you think about, like, you know, because what you're doing isn't even necessarily always vocal harmonies. Sometimes it's like you're doing, I don't know, either the backing or like like doing a live version of maybe like a sample that had been there, or a background vocal that had been there. So when you listen through, do you kind of think of, well, what can I put in this? Or, you know, I don't know.
I think the most interesting and like challenging actually part has been finding where to sing it in my register, because Jimmy has a different register than I do. So like when they hand me a harmony or something that they want me to sing, sometimes it's actually not really that attainable, right? It's just like not going to cut through because I'm way down here. So it's just about messing with that and kind of figuring out where that makes sense for me. So I think that really adds to it, making it different than the originals.
I also can barely sing in the register that I sing the songs on. And like in a live setting too, the vocals get drowned out. I need to get in-ear monitors. That's something that we've been talking about. All of us in our friend group. But your second question about the songwriting process, I think long term I would like to have us be a little more collaborative, but we're just so busy right now. And Bitch Seat's working on a record. That's been kind of like their main focus. And so like for now the workflow works for us, where I basically finish the song and then I assign everyone parts, and then they can edit them for the live performance version of it. But usually I'm still the main writer.
And that's essentially what Bitch Seat does.
So
we just kind of just like hand homework back and forth, you know?
Oh,
I don't write any of the bass parts for Bitch Seat. I just get assigned them, and then I might add a few little things, but for the most part, it's what Taylor gives me.
It also keeps it a little, it keeps that definition between bands, right? Like the Bitch Seat stuff is like Taylor writing, you know what I mean, versus the Crown Shy stuff is like Jimmy writing, and then obviously Solder Bombs is Willow writing, or you know what I mean. So and then you adding, but
there's distinct voices.
There are, for sure. Which is why I love all the projects, but they're all very different. They are all very different. So it was such a pleasure to have Crown Shy on tonight. You've been on the program in different iterations, everybody here in the past. So it was nice to have you on again now, and to check in a little bit with what you've been doing with this project. So congratulations, and very, very cool. November 29th at the Happy Dog with Grumpy Plum and Who Saved Who. And then you're also going to be playing February 12th for the Crown Shy release for your single, and also the Top Surgery fundraiser.
Yes.
So that'll be awesome. And people can shout out one more time where people can follow you for more information about those events.
Yeah, the best place is probably Instagram, and my handle is at crownshy_CLE, and it's CROWNSHY_CLE. And then, yeah, I know how to spell. I figured it out, yeah. And I'm 90% confident about that underscore.
Spelling and driving. It seems like
10
you're
and 2.
really good. Well, thank you so much for being on the program tonight. Next week, same time, same place here on WRUW, we've got another band for you. It's going to be Cellophane Jane for our special kind of Halloween program, since it's the night before Halloween. And we're going to hear one of their brand new songs from this 2025 release, A Party of Cranes. This is going to be the song Glimmer, just to get you in the mood for next week. But tune in then 10 to 11 o'clock here on WRUW for Cellophane Jane.